So hello, my name is Anna and I'm here today to share with you a little suggestion of movement exploration that you can try anytime you feel like it, or with whatever purpose you may want to try it. So let me just start by saying that please feel free to do this in your own way. So try not to take everything very literally what I'm suggesting, because your body may tell you otherwise, and you may feel like this or that movement, or in this way or in that way, isn't what's right for you today, and that is totally fine. So whatever you feel is completely right, and just use that as information to guide you through this small practice. Okay, so feel free if something feels off or strange or not good to try and work around it, to see if there's a way that you can do it, but having a nicer feeling, a nicer sensation, okay, today. And maybe next time you try it, you'll be different, you're gonna feel different, so just follow along, and whatever you feel is the primary guide, okay, to guide you through this practice. So today we're going to do a sitting exploration. So we're going to do our first body scan. We're going to do it sitting. So if you've been sitting for quite a while, or if you've been on the same position and feel a little bit less available to move, just start by shaking the body a little bit, like relaxing or releasing some tension, or getting out of the mold that you've been into. And then just take your time and allow yourself to rest your hands, whether it's on your legs or on the side. I'm sitting on a box. You may be sitting on a bench, or maybe more towards the tip of the chair, so that you don't have support on your back, so that will allow you more freedom of movement. And just notice today, in this exact moment, how do you feel? What is your perception, for example, of your feet supporting on the floor? In my case, I'm barefoot, but you may do this with socks or with shoes, and you may notice how your feet are inside the shoes, for example. Are they even? Do they have the same amount of contact and support or not? Then you can bring your awareness to your pelvis and just notice how are you sitting on your pelvis, if you're falling backwards or forwards, if it's even on the right side or the left side, if there's one side that feels more supported, or that has more weight or more contact, or is bigger than the other one, whatever you may notice, or if it's even. And then notice if there's any body part, any particular region or area that is grabbing your attention for some particular reason. If there's any different sensation or feeling in any part of the body. If you have a particular sensation, just notice the intensity and the area and the depth that it is taking up in your body. For example, notice what is your sense of verticality. If you feel organized, or if you're falling forward or backwards, or leaning to one side or turning. What it's like to have shoulders and arms, are they even? Do they have the same weight, same sense of weight and length, for example, or anything else you may notice? Just take notes in your mind so that we can open the notebook at the end and do another body scan. But for now, let's start by shifting our weight on our pelvis, over our pelvis, from more to the right and to the left. So I'm putting more weight on one side of the pelvis and more weight on the other side. There are different ways of initiating and different strategies to create this movement. You may start from the upper body by shifting the weight, and then the pelvis will follow along. My suggestion for you today is that you try to initiate it from the pelvis itself, okay? Shifting to one side and to the other. So you want to connect to this area and explore different resources, different possibilities of connecting and moving this area. And now, if you want to amplify the movement, notice if this wave follows the rest of the body all the way up to the head. You can even use your feet and try to allow your body to wave through, shifting your weight right and left. Does it reach the head, or does it stop somewhere else and the head stays rigid? So what I'm asking you is, if you feel yourself getting stuck or rigid, what can you not do to try and let go of that rigidity? So I'm not asking you to do anything, I'm asking you to do it by not doing something, which I don't know what it is. What can you let go of? You want to allow your full body to connect and to communicate, to be less fragmented and more whole. Okay, so now let's shift our weight over our pelvis back and forth. Okay, so I'm rolling over my pelvis. Okay, you can also initiate it from the upper body. I'm going to turn to the side to make it more noticeable. And then the pelvis will follow. I'm challenging you, or whatever you may want to call it, to start from the pelvis itself. And then, as you amplify the movements, notice if this wave that starts on the pelvis reaches the head or not, if it happens to your whole body, or if the movement just happens in bits and pieces and other parts of the body don't get that movement. If that happens, what can you not do to allow it to reach the whole? Okay? And you can do small movements. You can choose to keep it small and comfortable, or you can choose to make it bigger and bigger, but still you want it to be comfortable. If you feel anything that isn't as comfortable, can you find comfort in feeling that way, or is it just something that is not supposed to be happening to your body today? So just go with it. Now, let's explore shifting our pelvis front and back. So the right side of the pelvis moves forward and the left side moves back, and we switch. You can use your feet, okay, to help that sense of the feet giving you direction to the pelvis. And then, if you feel comfortable and if you're willing to try that today, if it's available to you, Just try to amplify the movements and make it bigger, and notice if it flows, if it reaches every corner of your body, or if it stays in some parts and other parts, like the head, for example. If it goes more to one side than the other. If you feel like something isn't moving, can you let go of something? Can you not do something to experience that fluidity and that ease of movement throughout the body? Okay, so just do it as you feel like it. You can keep it very small and just on the pelvis, or you can start to amplify the movement and allowing it to reach your entire body. Now, let's think of our heads as starting the movement, of shifting the weight of the head towards the right and the left. You may start small, shifting the weight, so I'm not asking you to force anything, but then you may want to amplify the movement and see if it goes and returns from the head. The head to the side, one arm, and the head returns. So I just changed slightly what I was doing because I noticed that I wasn't reeling. I was going to the side with the head, but I was returning from the pelvis. So something just switched. So I needed to notice that so that I could explore. And it wasn't intentional. My body just did that. And I just noticed and I shifted. See these videos? This is exposing ourselves, our tendencies, and okay. And you can notice if the movement that starts from the head gets to the pelvis and the feet or not. And it's perfectly okay. You don't need to change anything, just notice. Now, let's start from the head, going down and coming back up. So think of the crown of the head, pulling yourself down and reaching up. And notice if the movement stops at some point, or if it reaches all the way to the pelvis. Starting from the head on the way down, allow the weight of the head to take you down and reach up from the head as well. And just make it as small and slow, or as big and fast as you like, as you feel like it today. Just a small heads up, when we're moving from the head, if you have any maybe cervical or vestibular issue, you may feel dizzy or nauseated. If you feel any of those things, please don't force it. Get back to the pelvis, okay? Just notice and respect what is happening. Now, let's finish with the rotation, okay? Let's turn the head towards the right and look back to notice what's happening, and the head returns, and to the other side. Use the motion of your eyes as well. As you turn your head, turn your eyes and look back and look forward. Look back and look to the front as well. And then notice if after the head you can allow the rest of the body to rotate as well. And just do it as small or as big as you like it today. So now, just take a few breaths and allow yourself to shake it off. And you can stand if you like and get back to the same position you started in. And just allow your weight to settle. You don't need to change anything. And let's do a body scan, the final body scan. What is the direct experience of your body towards this exploration you did today? Whatever notes you took in the beginning, if you can now notice what is the same, what changed, in what way, using your own description, your own language to describe it, whatever you feel, whatever you notice, it's right. Okay? Find that trust within you. And then notice how the weight is on the support on your feet, if they have the same support or not, if you feel even or uneven. Notice the support you have on your pelvis on the right and on the left, if it's the same, if it's different, in what way. What is your sense of verticality and organization in a natural and relaxed position? Is there any body part that is grabbing your attention now? Maybe the same as the first body scan, or something different, something new that just emerged? What it's like to have shoulders and arms, their sense of weight and length, or any other thing that you may notice and that may come into your realm today. So if you would like, just you can write it down or just take that experience and take it with you. I thank you for your time, for being here watching me, and if you like it, you can subscribe, or you can feel free to share it with anyone you think may benefit from it. So thank you very much, and see you next time.